Well, the Northeast hits the defrost button after record-smashing Arctic cold. Welcome back into America's Morning headquarters. The tallest mountain in the region, New Hampshire. This is video atop New Hampshire when it was cranking out there. We set a record-busting wind chill of 108 below zero. I don't even understand. 108 below zero. What could that feel like? Saturday morning, as for actual temperatures, Boston chilled at a 10 below, while Watertown, New York crushed to 33 below. Both of those are records. The Boston one, by the way, is a record they broke from the 1800s, killed the record. The old record was 2 below. So it was just huge. And then we've had this massive turnaround. We're now in the 50s, 10, 15 degrees above average. Thankfully, Jim, we're going to stay there, so we're going to be able to enjoy this warmth, at least for the next week at the minimum.
Yeah, I mean, maybe late
It's on the other side of the world. Listen, it's not here. It's got to be somewhere else. It's not like, you know, yeah. It's freezing, right? So we have to think about that. Just because it's warm here, that it's like a seesaw. It's got to be cold somewhere else. So here's a look at our flooding potential. Widespread rain in the south tomorrow night through Friday. We do have heavier showers that we could potentially see some flooding here Tuesday night into Wednesday from Texas to Arkansas, to Oklahoma, up into Missouri, because we could see rainfall rates 1 to 2 inches an hour on already saturated grounds. That's just a recipe for flooding to occur. Notice Wednesday morning commute is going to be pretty rough for us, Dallas up towards Little Rock. And there's your flooding possibility straddling the Red River Valley. And even into southern Missouri, I wouldn't, just totally discount it. So watch out for that. You could see training in some of these storms going over the same areas. The sunshine does pop back out for us on Thursday. So at least as we start to wrap up the week, things are improving. But it's a 1 to 2 incher here in Little Rock. But if it comes all down in one quick shot, then you're going to run into that flooding. Right? 1 to 2 inches over 2 weeks, no big deal. 1 to 2 inches in an hour, that is a big deal. This all is going to be moving east for our Thursday, and it's going to really kind of lose its oomph as it heads to the East Coast. But there is that possibility of flooding, Kelly, here in the lower Mississippi River Valley as well.
Hey there, welcome back to Pattern. About a month ago, you probably took down your Christmas tree, right?
Probably.
About a month ago was what, January 14th? I take it down before the first of the year. It's bad luck. That's what I tell myself. But you dragged it to the curb, probably never thought about it again, right? But that's not the case in Jefferson, Louisiana.
Yes, Cynthia Lee Sheng is the president of Jefferson Parish, where they just wrapped up their annual coastal tree cycling event. Thank you so much for joining us today to talk about this. So first of all, how many trees have you guys gathered, and then what do you do with them exactly? So amazing to stop the erosion, like you mentioned, the waves. It can take the impact of some of those waves as well, I'm sure, when you have hurricanes coming. Does this also help, though, with wildlife, maybe give a place for birds and other animals to do some nesting?
Absolutely.
Christmas trees, or if people have other trees that they want to donate, can they also donate those as well?
Well, we really just do this as a Christmas tree.
5,000 trees. That's Cynthia Lee Sheng with Jefferson Parish. Thank you so much for sharing that story with us and letting us know. And if you're in this vicinity next year, let people know, or,
It's just amazing because, the shorelines and the coastal areas, they are so vulnerable when you're talking about the rise in sea level or the storm issues. So if you can just even have a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah. I'm thinking we need a collection, though, from other states around, the country, that people are just throwing them and doing nothing with them. We can just ship them all down to the shore there.
Or maybe use them in other places that are having some of the same issues, too.
There should be no Christmas tree ever thrown away. Right. I feel like it can always be used for something.
Exactly.
Well, for more stories like this, check out Monday, and we are kicking off the week with our partners at the Weather Channel Espanol. Meteorologist Albert Martinez is here. Good to have you back.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for being here with us. So we know that you have a lot going on.
Yes.
Can you tell us what is happening this week?
Thinking about social media accounts too.
Yeah, that's great. Most importantly, especially when you're trying to spend time in the outdoors, you want to make sure you know what's going on.
I know that Valentine's Day is around the corner. I mean, it's a good option.
Yeah, it is. Take a hike and maybe have a little picnic with your loved one. Albert Martinez with the Weather Channel and Espanol. We certainly appreciate you dropping by, because it's been a minute since we've seen you.
Yes, I'm happy to be back.
Always good to see you, Albert.
All right, we're now going to take you to our climate headlines from around the world.
The idea of that.
Yeah, they do it in New York a lot of times, too. They block it off, and so people can have street festivals and just kind of walk in the middle of the street and everything.
Breathe some fresh air.
Yeah, especially since we learned on the show today that all that exhaust is making us crazy.
It's killing our brain cells, among many other things. Molly, do we have weather that's going to help our brain cells, or are we all going to be feeling frozen?
Felicia, for you specifically, yes, because it's going to warm up, and that's going to be, you know, the name of the game for a lot of us in the south and the southeast.
Yeah, but thankfully it's not, you know, Arctic like we had just seen.
Right, exactly.
Nothing close to what we just saw Friday into Saturday. Molly, thank you so much for that. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Pattern. The NFL is going